When Yuval Noah Harari published his first book, *Sapiens*, in 2014 about the history of the human species, it became a global bestseller and turned the little-known Israeli history professor into one of the most popular writers and thinkers on the planet. But when we met with Harari in Tel Aviv this summer, it wasn't our species' past that concerned him. It was our future. Harari believes we may be on the brink of creating not just a new enhanced species of human, but an entirely new kind of being, one that's far more intelligent than we are. It sounds like science fiction, but Yuval Noah Harari says it's actually much more dangerous than that.
You said we are one of the last generations of Homo sapiens. Within a century or two, Earth will be dominated by entities that are more different from us than we are different from chimpanzees.
Yeah.
What the hell does that mean? That freaked me out.
We'll soon have the power to re-engineer our bodies and brains, whether it is with genetic engineering or by directly connecting brains to computers, or by creating completely non-organic entities, artificial intelligence, which is not based at all on the organic body and the organic brain. And these technologies are developing at breakneck speed.
If that is true, then it creates a whole other species.
This is something which is way beyond just another species.
Today, scientists are doing something that not long ago was unthinkable. They can edit the genetic code of living beings. The tool is called CRISPR. It works like a pair of molecular scissors. It can cut DNA at a precise location, remove specific genes, or insert entirely new ones. The technology is less than 10 years old, yet it has already changed medicine and agriculture. Crops have been made resistant to disease, mosquitoes altered so they can no longer spread malaria, human embryos edited to remove inherited disorders. In 2019, Chinese researchers injected 25 human stem cells, capable of forming any cell type, including placenta, into 132 macaque embryos. It seems today's scientists are more concerned with whether or not they can do something, and seldom bothered by whether or not they should.
Yeah, don't you see the danger? Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
And now, the frontier is merging biology and technology. Researchers are developing neural implants that can connect the human brain to computers, robotic limbs controlled directly by thought, artificial organs, synthetic eyes that can see beyond the range of normal vision. Artificial intelligence is being trained to read brain signals, translate them into action, even into speech. The line between human and machine begins to blur. For some, the goal is to repair and restore. But for others, it's to enhance, to create a human that is stronger, faster, more intelligent, and perhaps more controllable. Scientists predict this will lead to a new kind of human altogether. Our own descendants, genetically altered and mechanically enhanced. If we can do this now, with tools that didn't exist a decade ago, what might have been possible for a civilization thousands of years ahead of us? Ancient Sumerian tablets describe the gods mixing their essence with the clay of the earth to create humans. Egyptian temples show beings that are part man, part animal. Indian texts describe deities with multiple arms, animal heads, or the ability to change form at will. Was this just symbolic, or records of beings who had already crossed the line? In the Bible, the cherubim stood watch over Eden's entrance. In Mesopotamia, Lamassu guarded the palaces of kings. Perhaps these weren't mere symbols carved in stone, but depictions of actual bioengineered sentinels, intelligent, loyal, and built to deter any threat. But where did they go? Were they wiped out in the cataclysms remembered as the flood, hunted to extinction by the very gods who made them? Or were they taken back to wherever those gods came from, leaving only fragments behind? Deep beneath the sands of Saqqara, Egypt, lies the Serapeum, an underground catacomb carved across centuries. Rediscovered in 1850 by Auguste Mariette. When he uncovered it, he found several massive granite sarcophagi. Each weighed between 40 and 62 tons, carved from hard stone like diorite and slid into place. All empty, no mummies inside, just enormous sealed boxes buried in the dark. In the modern age, we found traces that don't fit comfortably into the story we tell ourselves. Elongated skulls scattered from South America to the Caucasus. Bones with proportions that defy human anatomy. And if you go further, much further, could some of the fossils we call dinosaurs actually be the remains of ancient hybrids? Skeletons pieced together not from nature's slow evolution, but from deliberate design. The evidence is scattered, the connections elusive. But the pattern is there, in stone, in bone, and in myth. If the hybrid guardians of the ancient world were erased, it wasn't by accident, and it may not be forever.
Some doors are locked for a reason. What happens when we open them again?
Tune in next time to The Anunnaki Connection. Good night.